Welcome to the reading of the book, Use Your Mind and Prosper. In this session, we will be reading from chapter 9 through 12. Chapter 9. The Power of Decision. To be able to make decisions quickly and change them slowly is one of the greatest attributes to success. Positive self-influence is the one thing that a successful person must have plenty of. If you are easily influenced by the world mind, you will surely fail. Sometimes it is not good to expose your important ideas or decisions to anyone, because most of the time they will give you negative responses, and you will be talked out of it simply because of their envy or jealousy. The first thing that you must do is decide what it is that you want to be, do, and have. The moment that you make that decision, all the necessary ways and means of accomplishing your purpose will begin to fall into place. Your mind will work what seems like miracles to accomplish the good purpose that you give it. There's a passage of scripture which says, "I will even make a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert." It doesn't matter how many things seem to be in your way. The wilderness here represents obstructions. You have a power within you which says, never mind the obstructions, never mind all of the good reasons why you can't. If you can establish a goal, if you can make a decision, I will make a way in the wilderness, I will make a path through the obstructions, and I will make rivers in the desert. The desert here is an empty place. It's a barren place. It's a place in your mind, a place in your condition where it seems as if what you need is not present, but the power of God in you says, I'll make rivers in the desert. I challenge each of you to establish a goal for your life, establish a good purpose for your life, and the presence of God in you, the power of God in you, will make ways in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. There's another very beautiful verse in the scriptures which says, "Look unto me, and I will show you great and mighty things." Jeremiah 33:3. You know, the trouble with most of us is we look at obstruction too much. How many of you have ever had the experience that the moment you decide on something that you would like to be, do, or have, the voice of reason comes to you and tells you all the reasons why you can't? Chapter 10. Persistence. Now, what do we mean by persistence? Persistence is that ability to keep on keeping on. I think one of the greatest examples is one I used earlier in the book about Colonel Sanders. There is an example of persistence. When at the age of 65, a freeway was being built where his little business stood, and he had to give it up, and at the same time, his wife divorced him. This would have been enough for the average man to throw in the towel, but that only drove him to form the biggest, most successful franchise operation in history. That is what I'm talking about when I say persistence. Another example is found in the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. If we would just remember the presence and power of God within us will carry us through in such circumstances, we would get a second wind and continue the battle. When your decision is based on the solid rock of conviction, the very gates of hell will have to bow to it. I'm being purposely redundant about this simply because the subconscious mind learns through repetition, and persistence is the surest way to induce faith in whatever you are undertaking. Another great example of persistence is that of heavyweight champ Muhammad Ali, who after many serious roadblocks regained the heavyweight title. That is persistence personified. We all know the persistence of daredevil Evel Knievel. After his many mishaps and broken bones, consistently continues to keep on keeping on. There's so many astonishing examples in the sports field alone, but just remember that every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. Chapter 11. The Board Revisited. A while back in one of the earlier chapters, we spoke of the formation of a board of directors. We would like to revisit the board. If you have organized the board as suggested, most of your problems should be solved by now. So we will go a step further and analyze the board a little closer. Now then, the board must be divided into two distinct parts or principles. The first part is the financial principle, and second is the cosmic principle. As I stated before, the lack of money is the root of all evil. I'm sure you can readily see the importance of that principle. Secondly, the cosmic principle, which I plan to go into with you a little deeper, is also necessary but may be somewhat harder for you to understand. In the Bible, Yahushua tells us, "Where two or more gather in my name, I will be present." So you see, we're dealing with infinite intelligence. Chapter 12. Her and Cosmic Law. We said earlier that cosmic law was that principle which causes thoughts to become things. You can readily see how we have the universe on our side when we work according to its laws. It has been said that money is very much like a woman, very shy and elusive. So you see, it is necessary to talk sweet talk to money in order to gain her favor. No woman will go out with some guy who is always saying bad things about her. The same goes for money. Money will steer clear of you if you go around saying things like, "Money is sure hard to get." So you see, it is very necessary to have the right relationship with money. I have seen money heal the sick and almost raise the dead. But seriously, money is very coy, so we have to use all the necessary charm to attract her.